Even Jose Lord Hayes, Thomas Ponder. Don't think about it. This is Releasing the Masks, a journey to authentic freedom. Part 1, the masks we wear. The masks. Everyone wears them, don't they? You might think you're so clever hiding behind your carefully crafted persona. But let's be honest, you're not fooling anyone. Not even yourself. And if you are, it's time we put a stop to that right now. You've got the mask of the perfect friend, the ideal employee, the unflappable leader. Oh, and let's not forget the I've got my life together mask. Don't we all? That one's a classic, right? Just a bit of duct tape and some misplaced confidence, and voila! Your whole identity is a masterpiece of artifice. Don't you feel so lucky? But here's the thing. If you could just pause for a second and look under the mask, just lift it up ever so slightly, you'd see something so real, so unrefined, it might actually scare you. In fact, it does scare most. That's why you should start looking right now. The parts you hide, the uncertainty, the flaws, the emotional tangles, they're not weaknesses. They're not something to be avoided like the plague. But oh, we've learned, haven't we? After all, who wants to be caught without their perfectly curated image? What would happen if someone actually saw you, truly saw you, without all the extra layers? What a horror. Now, most people falter here. They keep wearing these masks because, well, the alternative is so terrifying. What if, without that shiny, polished mask, the world would collapse into chaos? Newsflash! The world's not watching as closely as you think. In fact, the more you wear that mask, the more you're actively trying to convince yourself it is who you are. But don't worry. Your mask is so well done, no one will notice how you're drowning underneath it. It's perfectly fine. But let's get serious for a moment. You do know, right? That mask isn't actually you. The perfect version is just a costume you've rehearsed for so long you've forgotten how to take it off. You're not going to spontaneously combust by being a little real, I promise. And believe it or not, real is way more captivating than any carefully constructed persona. So here's the deal. The next time you're feeling the urge to pull that mask back on, take a deep breath. Maybe just stand there for a moment, staring at your reflection, and ask yourself, what part of me am I hiding? Or better yet, what would happen if I simply stopped pretending? It won't be easy, for most. But once that mask starts to slip off, just a little, it'll be the first step toward freedom. Not the kind where you're hiding behind a facade, but the kind where you're standing tall in your beautifully flawed, unapologetically self. And trust me, you're much more interesting that way. Part 2. Embracing vulnerability. Vulnerability. The very word makes people break into a cold sweat, doesn't it? You'd rather face a hungry bear armed with nothing but a butter knife than allow yourself to be truly vulnerable. Even though pretending to be, what's the word? Invulnerable blatantly glares your insecurity. And who can blame you? In a world where perfection is constantly on display, they do try, don't they? Thanks, Instagram. The idea of showing anything less than flaws is tantamount to signing up for emotional apocalypse. But no worries, my friend. Perfection is overrated anyway, at least the human idea of it. Unless, of course, you're trying to impress a very specific breed of cactus. Let's get real for a moment. Vulnerability is not the pitiful, helpless, sodding mess that your ego likes to imagine it is. No, 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 no. Vulnerability is the superhero of personal expansion. The secret weapon you've been avoiding, like an awkward family dinner conversation. It's the bravery that shows up when you drop the armor, when you admit you don't have everything figured out, when you let people see you as you truly are, not some polished, flawless version that even you can't stand for more than 5 minutes. So, go ahead, feel the discomfort. It's deliciously uncomfortable. Like trying to squeeze into skinny jeans after a particularly indulgent holiday season. But it's also the only way to break free. Now, most people falter right here. The minute they even think about being vulnerable, their brain pulls out a checklist. Will they judge me? Will they think I'm weak? Will they laugh at me? The answers, my dear, are simple. Yes, maybe, and absolutely. And guess what? That's the point. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we step out of the endless loop of trying to control how we're perceived. So, yes, you might look silly sometimes. Who doesn't? And guess what? That's where connection happens. People love authenticity. It's like a magnet. You just have to stop being afraid of your own imperfections, which, newsflash, aren't imperfections at all. But here's the real kicker: the fear of rejection. This sweet soul-crushing fear that holds us hostage. What if they don't like me? Oh heavens, what a disaster! But here's the secret. Rejection is the least of your worries. Because when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you're not giving people a chance to reject you. You're giving them the opportunity to accept you. When you show up as your messy, imperfect self, you're giving others permission to do the same. And isn't that the real magic? Plus, honestly, anyone who rejects you for being real doesn't deserve to be in your life anyway. Move on, darling. So, take a deep breath. Get comfortable with that mild, twitchy discomfort and dare to let someone see you as you truly are. Trust me, nothing bad will happen. Certainly not as bad as what you get every time you try to hide who you are for no good reason at all. Have fun with that, or don't. You won't explode into a puddle of confetti, unless that's your thing, in which case, carry on. What you will experience is freedom. The freedom to exist without the endless pressure to be perfect, to be something you're not. Unless you are, in which case, why are you trying so hard? Vulnerability is the gateway to a life that's raw, real, and a lot more fun. And remember, next time you feel the urge to hide, go ahead. Let that guard down. It is the only way to get to the good stuff. To the cookies, as it were. No one ever remembers the mask wearers, but the ones who were brave enough to be themselves, oh yes, we remember them. Part 3. Self-compassion as freedom. Self-compassion. Sounds nice, doesn't it? But let's be honest. Most of us treat ourselves the way a drill sergeant treats recruits. Always pushing, always demanding, never actually stopping to appreciate the effort. The problem is, we've been trained to believe that if we're too nice to ourselves, we'll become lazy, unmotivated, or soft. Apparently, the moment we offer ourselves any kind of kindness, we'll turn into puddles of mush incapable of completing a single task without a glittering halo of mediocrity. How utterly tragic. But here's a revolutionary thought. What if being nice to yourself was actually the only way to experience true freedom? Shocking, I know. In a world where we're constantly told to hustle, achieve, and pretend our worth is based solely on productivity, self-compassion is like a breath of fresh air in a room full of motivational posters that say, if you're not doing it 110%, you're doing it wrong. Yes, yes. Because exhaustion is the true path to enlightenment, right? I don't think so. The truth is, we all falter at being kind to ourselves. The second we make a mistake, fail at something, or slip up, we unleash a hurricane of self-criticism, as if beating ourselves up will magically make us better. But here's the kicker. It won't. Has it ever? The internal dialogue says, you're not good enough. You messed up again. Or, you should have done better. It's not only unhelpful, it's downright counterproductive. It's like trying to fix a broken car by screaming at the engine. Doesn't work, folks. But what if instead of yelling at the car, you said, hey, it's okay. We'll figure this out. Let's give ourselves a break. You'd probably have a much better chance at fixing it. Mind-blowing, I know. And here's where most people falter. We think we need to earn our compassion. It's almost as if we believe that in order to deserve kindness from ourselves, we must first meet some impossible standard. I'll be kind to myself once I lost these 10 pounds, finished that project, or figured out my life. But let me break it to you gently. You don't need to earn it. You just, as you are, with all your quirks, failures, and imperfections, as they call them, are worthy of the same compassion you so freely give to others. And the moment you embrace this truth, my dear, is the moment you unlock your freedom. Self-compassion is the key that unshackles you from the chains of self-judgment. It's the ability to look at yourself, make a mistake, and say, you know what? That's fine. I'm still doing my best. And that is enough. In fact, I probably ought to take a break because I'm running myself ragged and I deserve better than that. That's right. You're allowed to be human. You're allowed to stumble. In fact, you're allowed to fail. And the beauty is, when you treat yourself with compassion, those mistakes don't feel like life-altering catastrophes. They're simply part of the journey, the hilarious mess of being alive. So, next time you slip up, instead of digging into yourself with a shovel of criticism, try this. I see you. I hear you. And you're going to be okay, because Corvin Lord Hayes said you will be. And you can take that to the bank, because the proof is in the pudding. And he says, and I am the pudding. Because here's the thing. When you start treating yourself with the kindness and care you so effortlessly offer to others, you free yourself. You free yourself from the suffocating weight of perfectionism, from the constant striving, from the exhausting belief that you're never good enough. And once you experience that freedom, you won't go back. I promise you that. You might try, but you'll fail at that too. And then you'll say, I see you. I hear you. And you're going to be okay. Because Corvin Lord Hayes says you will be. And he is the proof. Because he says, the proof is in the pudding. And I am the pudding. You'll be too busy enjoying the ride. So, take a moment. Breathe. And say it out loud. I am more than enough. I am worthy of my own love and kindness. And no, I'm not going to beat myself up for being human today, but most especially because somebody told me I should. Do they chew your food for you? No? Well, who cares what they say then? Because that, my dear, is the most liberating thing you can do. Now go ahead. Be kind to yourself. It is not only allowed, it is required now that you've seen this video.